Hey, what's good, family? How y'all doing? This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LC. Hope you guys are having a blessed and wonderful day. Day is Tuesday, second day of the work week. Still early in the week. And just in case, in the likelihood you're not having a blessed, wonderful day, or things aren't going your way as you see fit, always remember this. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, faith, and trust in Allah, and He will see you through. I could definitely bear witness to that. So, getting into the topic for this video. Um, Over the weekend, our illustrious house, our house, part of this government, the US government, the House, in their infinite wisdom, the House of Representatives, yep, that house, they passed foreign aid bills for Ukraine, Israel, and the security of Indo-Pacific, meaning Taiwan, because of China's beef with Taiwan. But they can't say Taiwan, but that's what it was. Is for Indo-Pacific. It was a whopping $95.3 billion dollars in total. 95.3 billion with a B in funding for Ukraine, Israel, and security in the Indo-Pacific. And like I said, that's because of the tensions going on between China and Taiwan. So they had to say Indo-Pacific. They had to use, code words. Very clever. It has to go through the Senate, of course. The Senate originally passed legislation in February that would have provided 95 billion in foreign aid as well as 20 billion in domestic border security funding. But House Speaker Mike Johnson refused to bring the bill to a vote on the House floor due to resistance against Ukraine aid from segments of the Republican caucus. Johnson also tried to push through a standalone aid bill for Israel, but that legislation failed to pass. The White House had also threatened to veto any standalone bills that lacked funding for Ukraine. And this is from the Defense and Security Monitor. That's the article that I'm reading from. It goes on to say the new House legislation the new House legislation would provide $60.8 billion dollars for Ukraine, $26.4 billion dollars for Israel, and a mere, just a mere, not much, $8.1 billion dollars for Indo-Pacific security. When added to the $843.7 billion dollars base budget enacted by Congress in March, the foreign aid will increase the total defense budget. Now, get this, it would increase the total defense budget to around $939 billion dollars in fiscal year 24. President Biden urged the Senate to quickly pass the legislation. And it goes on from there, but I'm not going to read anymore. So, in total, the defense budget is around $939 billion. $939 billion. Billion with a B. B as in Bravo. They just love making it rain, don't they? I mean, we don't have money for veterans, homeless, those who risk their life, limb, and mental capacity to defend what they thought was the security of this nation, uphold, the values of the Constitution. That's why we take the oath of enlistment to protect the Constitution from enemies, foreign and domestic. We don't have money for veterans, not just black veterans, but white veterans, Hispanic American veterans, Asian American veterans, veterans of all from all backgrounds of life who took the oath of enlistment and swore to protect this country. They thought they were doing the right thing. We all have our reasons why we joined the military. They don't have money for veterans, veterans that are homeless, limbs missing. If they don't have limbs missing, they're not in their right mind. PTSD. Don't have money for that. Don't have money to feed the homeless. All backgrounds, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. People who don't have adequate housing are not eating adequate foods, not getting nourishment. They don't have shelter. Never mind about reparations. You don't even want to have that conversation. Our failing infrastructure, never mind that. They won't fix a pothole on your street in many of these cities. Detroit comes to mind, Minneapolis, New York, Atlanta, Philly. Big giant potholes. They won't fix those, which goes toward the infrastructure. Isn't wasn't Buttigieg the he said at the Department of Transportation, isn't he responsible for the bridges and tunnels and roads? That's under that falls under the umbrella of the Department of Transportation, right? The how whatever you want to call it, whatever Buttigieg was is head of. Never mind any of that. But when it comes to Ukraine, Israel, oh yeah, Israel. Gotta make it rain on Israel. And now the security of Taiwan against China. We got plenty of money. They printing the money up, printing it up. They passed this over the weekend. So now they print up more money as we speak. They're making it rain. Ukraine needs some more money. Oh, Israel, we ain't forgot about you, baby. We've been making it rain on you since 1948. We're gonna continue that. Taiwan, come over here. We're not gonna say it's for you though. We're gonna say the security of Indo-Pacific. We're gonna use code words because we don't want to upset China like the Chinese are really dumb. Really. We don't want to make the public, we're just gonna say it's for the region, but it's really for you, Taiwan. But get some of this. But reparations. Well, we'll talk about that later. The veterans. You got homeless veterans out here. You got homeless people don't have adequate housing, adequate water, plumbing, food, whatso have you. Well, yeah, but we don't have any money. We would love to take care of the homeless, but it's tight right now. Holler at me, later. Just holler at me later. But we discuss it though. We discuss it. But vote for me because it's a election year. So vote for me. Make sure you go out there and vote. But I don't have adequate housing. I can't eat decent food. I don't have adequate plumbing. I'm living in my car. I'm living under a overpass in a tent. And you want me to vote for you? F out of here. No, but you gotta vote. I'm gonna take care of you, baby. I'm gonna take care of you. But but you said that 4 years ago, and you said that 4 years before that, and then before that. I'm not stuck on stupid. Excuse me. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications on when I do videos on here. But that's essentially what's going on. Ukraine. I'm still in this beef with Russia. We know we've been beefing for 2 years now. Ukraine, I need some bread, man. I need some bread, Baby, I need some bread, man. I'm in this beef, with Putin and this clan, man. It's just, oh, oh, man, can you help me out? Ukraine, you ain't say nothing but a word. How much you need, man? How much you need? I don't need that much. Just about 50 billion. Israel, you over there starting stuff with Palestine? Man, y'all not supposed to do that. But Palestine, we're gonna help you. You need some food? Yeah, we got you. But Israel, man, we got you. You want to bomb them, man? You know that ain't right. You know what you're doing not right. You know that ain't right. But I got you. I got you, baby. I got you, baby. Taiwan, yeah, China buying up they buying up my block, man. They set tripping. They coming over here. Their enemy. They doing all this cyber stuff. They buying up the block. But you know what, baby, we got you, man. You worry about your security, but we gonna word it different. But we got you. We got you. They always find money for war, but can't help the poor. Yeah, Pac said that. Pac said that back in the early '90s. No, they can't. They don't have money to feed the poor. They want to fight these proxy wars. They're not going to war with Russia. I mean, we haven't declared war on Russia. We're not going to war in the sense where we went to war with Germany or Italy or Japan. No, we're not going to war with Russia like that. I can't really say with Iraq because that was an invasion. I can't really say with Afghanistan because that was an invasion. So was Vietnam. But they have a proxy war where you have an ally who has beef with someone else and you help them in a beef. So it's proxy. You're not you're not fighting against their enemy, but you're helping a friend fight that their enemy. It's just like, one of my homies get into some shit, and I say, hey man, you know what? I know what time he leave. You could jump him here. If you catch him, he goes here. This is the route he take to go home. He go to work. He get off at this time. I'm giving you game on how to get an advantage. I'm not fighting him in a literal sense. I'm not fighting him, but I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you information. I may give you a gun, depending if it goes that route, or a baseball bat, brass knuckles, whatever. I'm not fighting your enemy in a literal sense, but I'm an accessory. And that's what the United States is. They are an accessory to the wars that Ukraine is fighting with Russia and Israel is fighting with Palestine. And also the China Taiwan beef. This country is a motherfucker. They something else. They something else. They don't have money for anything else. We say reparations. There goes the black people. The reparations talk. Where they start with the reparations. Oh, reparations. Okay, just vote. Just do your part. Vote for us, and we're discuss reparations. No, we've been voting for y'all for 60 plus years. Actually, 90 plus years. When are you going to give us? When are you going to cut the check? Cut the check, sucker. Cut that check. Enough of this. Do this. Just vote. Um, um, let's get Cardi B. Run DMC, come on. Tell them, tell your people to vote. Chuck D, tell your people to go out here to the polls. They get the Negro overseers to come tell us to go to the polls. Meanwhile, the Republicans don't want to hear it. They don't care. They tell you, well, black people, your neighborhoods they're just effed up. It's just effed up. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You can talk to us about reparations. Come on in. That's what Trump's people did with Ice Cube 4 years ago. Come on in, Cube. Let's have the talk. Of course, they did not win the election, but they invited the man to the room to have the discussion about reparations. Joe Biden's people was like, let's wait till after the election. We'll talk then, but just vote for us. Stop with all the reparations talk. We will have this discussion after the election. After we win the election, we would have that discussion. Okay, but just vote. Just go out here and vote. Just vote, man. Vote. D.L. Hughley, tell these niggers to go vote. Well, black people, you need to vote. You need to vote, black people. He get on the GED section on his goofball show. Negro overseer. Roland Martin. Sounding like Porky Pig. Black people, you gotta vote. He's sweating, he's sweating bullets. Telling black people to vote. Please, you gotta vote. You gotta vote. D.L. Hughley, Negro overseers. Negro overseers. They doing the job for the gatekeepers. These black people, this new black media, the Vicky Dillers, the Dr. Boyce Watkins, they listen to Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam, and they telling black people to do for self. They stirring up the good niggers. You niggers, we paying you good money. You go out here and tell them to vote blue no matter who or what. Rain, sleet, or snow. You tell them to wait in line 4 or 5 hours to vote. If the voting machines break down, and why is in this day and age, 2024, why are we still voting through machines? And every election they break down. Why are we still using machines? In this age of technology and AI, why can't we vote online? Vote on your phone. You gotta take off work. Some jobs they give you a day off they give you a day off to go vote. Some jobs don't even do it. You got to take a day off. Vote on your lunch break. Why can't you do it from your phone? Why can't you do it on the internet? Way easier to rig votes. It can't be no worse than the machines. The machines always breaking down. They always breaking down. Look what happened in Florida back in 2000. The hanging chads. Voting machines, you go. Just in Detroit, I think it was the last election, they had issues with the machines. Always issues with the machines. And you notice it's always in major cities and it's in predominantly black areas. Always, always, always issues with those damn machines. The power went out. This went out. This ain't working. They not. It's always something with the machines. Voting online, why not? We do everything else online. Driver's license. You renew your license online. You pay your car insurance online. Can't be any worse than the machines. I'm just saying. Every time, every damn time, something's wrong with these voting machines. Every time. Now watch. This is a presidential selection year. There's going to be something wrong with the machines. Oh, the machines. Oh, they're these machines. Again, these machines. We don't know. We don't know. I'm just saying. I think voting online would be easier. You say easier way for them to rig the votes? Possibly. But we do everything else online. Or maybe AI. I mean, AI is in everything else. So now that's really could be rigged though, AI with the robots. But I don't know. That's just, but just my opinion. I mean, it's got to be an easier way because going to these polls, standing in line for 4 or 5 hours, that's ridiculous. That's just utterly ridiculous. Your ancestors died for you to have the right to vote, boy. They died for you to have the right to vote, boy. They died for you to have the right to vote. You better stay in line and rain, sleet and snow. They died, boy. They died. They died for you to have the right to vote. You use a vote, boy. You vote. Sound like Foghorn Leghorn. Like, get up my face, you Sambo Simon. Man, whatever. 4 or 5 hours, long lines, in the so-called democracy that this country has been telling the world that it's a democracy for decades now. We are democracy. We believe we stand on freedom. We're the beacon of freedom. But your voting lines are long and people gotta wait 4 or 5 hours. That is crazy. That is insanity. Does anyone see the insanity with that? Or is it just me? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications on the new videos on here. But there's got to be a better way. But back to what I was saying earlier, um, our government just love making it rain. They love making it rain. They don't have money to to help the poor, to feed the poor. They don't have money for reparations. They don't have money to help people, to help its citizens. They don't have money for veterans. Every time it comes to every time there's a beef in Congress, it always affects the military. Government shutdown. We're gonna shut the government down. Do y'all know that affect people in the military? I was affected by it back in '95. We can't come to a resolution. We're just gonna shut down the government. But your troops who have took the oath of enlistment to defend the Constitution against enemies, foreign and domestic, sacrifice spending holidays with their families. They risk their lives. That's the ultimate sacrifice. And also limbs, their mental capacity, family breakdown because you're always going off to a foreign land. You're not there to see your kids grow up. Marriages suffer. They don't talk about that. Alcoholism is prevalent in the military. I can speak to that. So I mean, and then you have a beef because y'all can't find a resolution on a on whatever the case may be. You can't find a solution, so you just shut down the government and affect people's pay. Oh, we're just gonna shut down the government. We're just gonna shut it down. And that affects people who work in the government, in the federal government, military personnel, whenever. They still have to pay bills. They still have to pay rent, pay mortgage on their homes. Just because you're in the military doesn't mean that the bills stop. As a matter of fact, these companies love people in the military because they know you get paid twice a month. They know, and you better not miss a payment because they go to your commander. You better not miss a payment, especially if it's a car. Miss that car note. Yeah, these are facts. I can speak to this. But these people don't care. But let Ukraine, Israel, and now the security of Indo-Pacific. Let them come calling. Oh, we got money for y'all. Whatever y'all need, we got you. We got you. We got you. We got you. Israel, we've been having you since 1948. We got you. We got you, baby. We got you. Indo-Pacific, oh, Taiwan. We got you. We got you. We got you. Ukraine, we got you. We got you. We got you. We got you, baby. We got you. Don't worry about a thing. Reparations. Will y'all stop with that reparations talk? God, dog. Oh, here they go with the reparations. Reparations, reparations. We'll talk about it. Just vote. We'll talk about it later. Bridges are falling down. Potholes in the streets. Infrastructure is failing. We don't got no money for that. Y'all talking about roads and infrastructure. The niggers talking about reparations. The veterans are crying about they don't have housing. People don't have homes and food and this and that. Adequate, plumbing. We don't have money. We don't have the money right now. We're broke. You just gonna have to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. How many times have we heard that? You're just gonna have to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Why don't you tell Israel, Ukraine, and the security of Indo-Pacific to pull themselves up by their bootstraps? Huh? The United States is kind of like that stingy parent. They're kind of like a stingy parent. Some of us have had people. There are parents who don't have money to give their kids, whatever, but they go buy a new car or new furniture or take vacations with themselves, not their kids. But when the kids want something, we don't have money for that. No, we don't have. When the kids ask for something, Mom, we don't have the money. We don't have no money. We don't have the money. But y'all just went to Europe just last week. Y'all bought a new car 3 months before that. We don't have the money. We don't have the money. Oh, babe, honey, we got to book this trip to Mexico for Christmas. Kids, you're gonna stay with your grandparents. I'm like, what? What? But y'all just saw you had no money. Some of us just have parents like that. My parents didn't take vacations like that. We took vacations, down south or somewhere, but we didn't go. If we did go to another country, it's to Canada, which is right across from Detroit. But we didn't go to Europe or Mexico or nowhere like that. So I guess those who are privileged to have had parents that way could know what I'm speaking of. But Terminator 2 and Matrix warned us about AI. They did. They sure did. T2 and Matrix. Yup. So did RoboCop. RoboCop did too, in a sense, because um, I know last year the city council over in San Francisco, the they rejected a bill that would allow the SFPD to create RoboCops. I'm not making this up. The SFPD wanted to create robotic police officers. I am not making this up. Not making it up. And the San Francisco City Council, to their credit, they rejected the bill, thankfully. But it's gonna come back up. That was just, it's gonna come back up. Yup, it sure did. The movie Tron. I remember that movie. I was a little kid though. Vaguely remember it. But yeah, they have money for everything and to fight these proxy wars. And there is nowhere in the Constitution, nowhere. Can y'all see this? Y'all see this book here? The Constitution. Nowhere does it talk about America giving foreign aid. Nowhere. Nowhere. Talk about lobbyists who get bills created. You remember that? Remember that commercial when we were kids? I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill, and they told us how bills are created. What it left out is you have a man in a suit with a bag of money. That's how bills are created. That's how legislation get passed. Lobbyists, lobbyists. Nowhere in the Constitution does it speak about lobbyists. Nowhere, nowhere. Oh, and please get this book. Get on Amazon, the Constitution, and also the Bill of Rights. I'll see that. So yeah, these two books here. Get them, learn them. It's important. Get these books. And while you're doing that, this one too. And while I'm, in the mood for books about, I love to read. I don't read like I should, but I do read. I used to read a book. I used to stay in reading books, but I love books. Love them. This one too. Now this brother here, Walter E. Williams, he was a childhood friend of Bill Cosby. Um, this book here, More Liberty Means Less Government. Our founders knew this well. The late Walter E. Williams, brother from North Philly, he was a childhood friend of Bill Cosby. They were neighbors. I think they were like next. They live. He may live down the street from him, but yeah, brothers from North Philly. Get that book. Get those books. Freedom is not free. That's right. The colonists knew that very well. They knew that very well, that freedom is not free. The colonists knew that too, preparing for war. They didn't, and I tell people this who tell black people, you know, we gotta march, we gotta protest, we gotta peacefully protest. Did the colonists peacefully protest? Did George Washington, the Continental Army, the colonists, did they peacefully protest? Did they march? Did they sing, uh, uh, you know, oh, Britain, we gotta love you. We love you, King George. We love you, Redcoats. We love you. Did they let them beat their head into the white meat? Did they? No. Hell no. They knew that a lot of them would die in order for America to come to fruition. And they were willing to sacrifice their lives because they wanted freedom. Like someone just said, freedom is not free. It's not. You cannot, it's lunacy to believe getting along with your enemy, holding hands with them, singing We Shall Overcome and skipping and picking daisies and begging them to come into their businesses is going to get you freedom. The only thing it's going to get you is your head bashed in and pissing them off more. It's not going to get you freedom. It's not. If your neighbor got robbed and you have a gun, would you help? Yeah, I would help. I would help. If I see him getting robbed, yeah. Have a gun, yeah. I would warn the robber, hey, step away. Step away. So how is that different? How is what different? Anyway, but freedom ain't free. It ain't. But like I was saying, nowhere in the Constitution did it say anything about our government just making it rain on these nations, fighting these proxy wars, proxy wars. We love to fight these proxy wars. America has become an empire, and if people learn history, empires have fallen. Babylon, Persia, Greece, Rome, the British Empire, all have fallen. all have crumbled. America's next. I don't agree with that, but what you just said, to keep America great, it needs Europe. No, it don't. Of course, I would help my neighbor, but you said if my neighbor got robbed, but my neighbor started a beef with somebody. So that doesn't add up. If my neighbor started a beef with somebody, nah, nope. My neighbor started a beef with somebody, nope. Now my neighbor's innocent, yeah, then yeah, they're innocent. But Ukraine and Russia, they both beefing. This is Israel bombing Palestine. If anything, why don't the United States give Palestine weapons to fight Israel? And don't even bother giving Israel money. Just give the money to the Palestinians. Why that is? Because the Zionists control the media, they control entertainment, Hollywood, they control the our sports, NFL, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball. That's why. That's why. But in any event, I think I made my point known on here. Um, Share this video, share it, share it, share it. Let's have the conversation. Let's have the conversation. An intelligent adult conversation. Like I always say, we don't have to agree, but let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Let's do that, y'all. Agree to disagree without being disagreeable. And in our disagreements, use logic and respect, not emotion and disrespect. That's all I ask. Please. Share this video, hit that like button, smash that like button down, hit the subscribe button, and let's have a conversation. Share this video. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate it. I cannot do it without y'all. So I really, really, really appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you immensely. Support the podcast and this YouTube channel. Please continue to support your brother. Sisters as well as brothers, brothers as well as sisters. Y'all be safe out here. Be safe. Beware and be aware. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever before. So please, please be safe. Please be safe. Till next time, y'all take care. I love y'all. I'm out. Assalamu alaikum.